So you've heard me talk about over the last summer months and certainly over the last year about all the changes that were anticipated and are now happening in the real estate market. And unfortunately, that's caused a lot of uncertainty for a lot of people. And people are wondering what's really going on with the US economy and what does it mean for the real estate market. And that conversation continues to shape even as we sit here today. As the time I'm recording this video, the Federal Reserve just met just hours ago to increase the Federal Reserve's rate another 25 basis points up to 5%. And so we will start to see some of those things start to play themselves out in the interest rate markets that you and I have to deal with, whether it's credit cards or car loans, or in our case, more importantly, mortgage rates. So with all this going on, the question you should be asking yourself is now still the right time to buy a home, or is now still the right time for me to list my home for sale? And I want to share with you some data on what's really taking place in the market now to try to help paint this picture for you, maybe help answer some questions for you. So let's first start with active inventory. In the month of February, there were just over 5,100 homes for sale right here in Central Florida. And that's an increase by over 122% from where we were in this time last year. However, on the other side of that equation, pending inventory actually went down by almost 14%. And in February, there were just over 4,000 homes under contract. Now, you've heard me talk about home prices, and yes, across the United States, there are some markets that are seeing home prices adjust a little bit. But Florida's a unique position. People still want to come to Florida. They still want sunshine, they still want beaches, and they still want the Florida lifestyle that you and I enjoy. And so the truth is, with all the people coming here, our home prices are still holding strong. They're remaining steady at just around $415,000, and you will want to know that is still an increase of over 5% from the same time last year. Now, one thing that is changing is the time that it's taking for homes to go under contract. And if you're a home seller, you're going to want to pay close attention to this because you're going to want to adjust your expectations to the reality of where we are now. Now, you may remember that a year or so ago, it was 7 or 10 days for a home to go under contract. Well, now in the month of February, it's taken 43 days for a home to go under contract. And to put that in perspective for you, that's over a 375% increase in the number of days it took just from this time last year. Now, one additional data point I want to share with you, the number of closed sales. In February, there were just over 2,100 homes that sold, and that is down by over 23% from this time last year. However, it is up by almost 34% from this time last month. And the question you should ask is why? What does that mean? Well, we're in our spring season. We're at the beginning edge of it, so you're going to see more activity in the marketplace. So if you're a buyer, even with these higher interest rates, what may feel like higher interest rates, I want you to know it's still a great time to have a conversation with an expert like myself to figure out, is it still the right time for you to enter the housing market? Because although you may be concerned about where home prices are and where interest rates have increased to, what you should be more concerned about is what's going on in the rental market and the increases we've seen there and how renting is and likely will still continue to cost you more money. So I want to have that conversation with you, begin to build a strategy and a plan to get you into home ownership so you can start building home equity just like all of our current homeowners now have enjoyed over the last number of years. And if you're a seller, I know the market's changing and I know you're maybe asking yourself, well, should I sell? Should I wait? Is it the right time? What's going on? I want to encourage you to reach out. Let's have a conversation and schedule a consultation because this market will not stay the way it is for much longer. We are in a dynamic market and there are changes that are happening right now, and we will begin to see in the real estate market right here in Central Florida in the next number of months. So don't delay, let's have a conversation. You know, it would be my honor to serve you and be that trusted real estate resource for you. And so I'll end by saying thanks for paying attention, thanks for listening, and thanks for staying engaged. But most importantly, thanks in advance for reaching out to me so we can have a conversation and I can help you make the best decisions with everything related to your real estate needs and goals. I look forward to connecting with you.